Namaste and welcome to Daily News Simplified, the what, why now of newspaper reading. Now we would be analyzing the Delhi edition of the Hindu newspaper of 16th of June 2019, and the news that would be covered today is given on the screen, and the timestamp for the same is given in the description and the comment section given below. And so now with this, let us start with the first article. Now we have taken this article from page 14. Now what this article highlights are various information with regards to the foreigners tribunals. Now as you already understand, the state of Assam suffers from a huge problem of illegal migrants, especially those who have come from Bangladesh. Now what had happened was that on the directions of the Supreme Court, the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, which is under the Ministry of Home Affairs, had published the final draft list of the National Register of Citizens or the NRC list on 30th of July 2018. Now the National Register of Citizens or the NRC list is meant to segregate the Indian citizens that are living in the state of Assam from those who had illegally entered the state of Assam from Bangladesh after 25th of March 1971. Now after the final draft list of the NRC that was published on 30th of July 2018, about 40 lakh people were excluded from the final draft, and therefore over the course of this year from 30th of July 2018 till today, about 36 lakh people have filed claims against this exclusion from the final draft of the NRC list. Now what had happened was that around 40 lakh people were said to be illegal migrants that have entered into the state of Assam. Now out of this, 36 lakh people have said that they are citizens of India and not illegal migrants within the state of Assam. And it is within that regard that around 36 lakh people have filed their claims that they are citizens of India and should be included within the final list of the NRC or the National Register of Citizens, and therefore be treated as being Indian citizens within the NRC list. Now these claims, which has been filed by 36 lakh people within the state of Assam, is being heard by the Foreigners Tribunal. Now currently about 100 tribunals exist within the state of Assam. However, these 100 Foreigners Tribunal are going to be increased within the state of Assam. Now what is going to happen is that the final list of the NRC is going to be published on 31st of July 2019. Therefore again, when the final NRC list is going to be published, again various individuals are going to be left out. Therefore, to give a proper hearing to those who have been excluded from the final NRC list which is going to be published, and thereby handle the influx of applications, the Ministry of Home Affairs has decided to form around 1,000 additional Foreigners Tribunal. Now apart from this, one important fact that you should know is why is the date of 25th of March 1971 has been taken to segregate the Indian citizens living within the state of Assam from the illegal Bangladesh migrants. Now it was on 26th of March 1971 that the Bangladesh Liberation War began. And it was after when the Bangladesh war started that a large influx of Bangladeshi migrants entered within the state of West Bengal, Assam and other northeastern states. Therefore, afterwards what happened was that the Assam Accord was signed. And under the Assam Accord, it was decided that those who have entered after the midnight of 24th of March 1971, meaning that those Bangladeshi migrants which had entered into the state of Assam after the midnight of 24th of March 1971 would be sent back. And this is why that cutoff for the NRC list has been taken as 25th of March 1971. So now hopefully with this, you have understood the main focus of this article as to why does the state of Assam need more Foreigners Tribunal. And the main reason as to why Assam needs more Foreigners Tribunal is because the final NRC list is going to be published on 31st of July 2019, and therefore which is going to lead to an increased influx of claims and applications by those who have been excluded within the NRC list. And therefore the Ministry of Home Affairs has decided to increase the number of Foreigners Tribunal who hear such claims from those who have been excluded from the NRC list. Now apart from this, what you should also know is who are the members of the Foreigners Tribunal. Now the Foreigners Tribunal is headed by members which are appointed under the Foreigners Tribunal Act of 1941 and the Foreigners Tribunal Order of 1984. Now members of the Foreigners Tribunal can be a retired judicial officer of the Assam Judicial Services, or he could also be a retired civil servant or an additional secretary who has judicial experience. Apart from this, a member can also be a practicing advocate, whereby a practicing advocate can be appointed based on certain criteria. Now apart from this, an important social requirement to become a members of the Foreigners Tribunal within the state of Assam is that they should have a fair knowledge of the official languages of the state of Assam, first being Assamese, second being Bengali, third being Bodo, and the fourth being English. Apart from this, the member who's going to be appointed should also have the knowledge of the history with regards to the Assam's foreigners issue, meaning that the individual should have an understanding on how the Bangladeshi migrants have entered into the state of Assam, what has been the politics with regards to the foreigners issue within the state of Assam, what are the demands of the students' union within the state of Assam, the various political decisions taken by the government of India and the Assam government with regards to the foreigners issue, and apart from other historical knowledge with regards to the foreigners issue within the state of Assam. Now, apart from this, what you should also know is that who has been given the job to finding out who are the illegal Bangla migrants is that it is the Assam Police Border Organization, which is part of the Assam State Police, which is tasked with detecting the foreigners. Apart from this, it is also the Assam Police Border Organization, which forms the cases for the tribunals to decide. Now, what this means is that when a person who has been declared as being an illegal foreigner within the state of Assam has to go to the Foreigners Tribunal, then it is the task of the Assam Police Border Organization to provide the material and establish a case to show that this particular person is an illegal migrant or a foreigner within the state of Assam and should be excluded from the NRC list. However, apart from this, what you should also know is that the Assam Police Border Organization has been massively accused of inducing in corruption, whereby they have been accused of taking money from various individuals so that they're first not detected as being foreigners within the state of Assam, and secondly, to also weaken the case that the Assam Police Border Organization is supposed to put up in front of the Foreigners Tribunal, whereby the article in itself has called the Assam Police Border Organization is a money-making machine. Now, after this, the last aspect from today's article that you need to understand is the recent amendment which has been made to the Foreigners Tribunal Order of 1984. Now, changes that have been made to the Foreigners Tribunal Order of 1964 has been covered within the Daily News Simplified video of 10th of June, whereby what had happened is that under the Foreigners Tribunal Order of 1964, the central government can constitute a tribunal, and the purpose of this tribunal will be to find out whether a person is foreigners or not. And therefore, the Foreigners Tribunal Order of 1964 empowered the central government to form what is called the Foreigners Tribunal. However, what has happened recently is that the central government has made various changes to the Foreigners Tribunal Order of 1964, whereby the central government has allowed state governments, union territory administration, district collectors or district magistrate to form Foreigners Tribunal, whereby earlier it was only the power of the central government to form the Foreigners Tribunal. However, now state governments, UT administration, district collectors or district magistrate can also form the Foreigners Tribunal. And this was the change that was made to the Foreigners Tribunal Order of 1964. So now hopefully you've understood the major points that have been highlighted in today's article with regards to the Foreigners Tribunal. And so now with this, let us move on to the next article. Now we have taken this article from page 9. Now the focus of this article is quite small, whereby this article first highlights a problem, whereby what has happened is that the dams within the state of Maharashtra are only left with around 6% of the total capacity of water. And moreover, what is also happening is that this 6% is also further depleting because there has been a delay in the monsoon rains. Now it is within that context that two forms of solution are being undertaken. First is a short-term solution, whereby what is happening is that the supply of water to various cities, towns and villages are being provided through tankers. And the long-term solution which is being thought of is that what the Maharashtra government intends to do is to interconnect the various dams that are located within the state of Maharashtra, whereby these dams would be interconnected through a network of pipelines, and through these pipelines a supply network would also be created across the state of Maharashtra. Now this plan of the Maharashtra government to interconnect the various dams located in the state of Maharashtra through a network of pipelines is intended to be implemented by the help of the newly formed Jal Shakti Ministry of the Government of India. Now this was the only aspect that you needed to understand from this article with regards to the severe water crisis within the state of Maharashtra. Now apart from this, what you should also understand that an article had appeared in the Hindu newspaper with regards to the desertification of the Marathwada region of the state of Maharashtra, which was also covered in the Daily News Simplified video of 23rd of May. Now, the Marathwada region has an arid climate and is also deficient in terms of rainfall. But what this article is trying to highlight is that the desertification of the region of Marathwada is not due to climate change, but this desertification has been caused by the administrative and policy failures of the government of Maharashtra. Whereby the main reason given in this article as to why there has been desertification of the Marathwada region is because there has been a change within the cropping pattern within this region. Whereby what used to happen earlier is that oil seeds and cereals were grown within the Marathwada region. Now, as you already understand, the Marathwada region has an arid climate and is deficient within rainfall. And therefore, the cultivation of oil seeds and cereals suited this region because both of these crops were drought resistant and moisture harvesting. However, what has happened in the past couple of years is that soya bean, BT cotton, and sugar cane have been cultivated within the Marathwada region. And what you need to know is that BT cotton and sugar cane are water intensive crops. Whereby what this article had highlighted is that the sugar cane is cultivated in only 4% of the area within the Marathwada region but consumes 80% of the water within the Marathwada region. And because of the cultivation of such water intensive crops, there has been a desertification of the Marathwada region. And apart from this, what this article also highlighted is that there was increase in water mining within the region due to irrigation demands. Now, because the crops that have been cultivated are water intensive crops, there was increase in water mining so that the fields of BT cotton and sugar cane can be irrigated properly. So now hopefully up till here you've also understood about the desertification of the Marathwada region. Now you see the article with regards to desertification of Marathwada region and the severe water crisis within the state of Maharashtra as corresponding to each other. And both of these articles should be seen from the perspective of GS paper 3 within the section environment. And so now with this, let us move on to the next article. Now we have taken this article from page 12. Now what this article highlights are the importance of the Strait of Hormuz. Now the importance of the Strait of Hormuz has been covered comprehensively by Akash sir in the Daily News Simplified video of 14th of June. And therefore what we're going to do today is understand about the Strait of Hormuz through questions for practice. Now there are 3 questions for your practice, and what you need to do is pause this video, solve all of these questions and wait for 5 seconds for the correct answer. Now the correct answer to question number 1 is A, 1, 2 and 3. Whereby as you can see in this map, the United Arab Emirates, Oman and Iran directly border the Strait of Hormuz. And with regards to question number 3, the correct answer would be B, the Gulf of Oman and the Persian Gulf are directly connected by the Strait of Hormuz. Whereby as you can see in this map, the Strait of Hormuz directly connects the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Now with regards to question number 2, the correct answer would be B, that the strategic significance of the Strait of Hormuz is that it functions as an artery of the crude oil trade. Now the countries which are bordering the Persian Gulf are basically rich in hydrocarbons such as Saudi Arabia, Oman, UAE, Kuwait, Iran and others. And most of the shipment in crude oil that go out from such countries go through the Strait of Hormuz. And therefore the Strait of Hormuz functions as an artery of the crude oil trade. Now we've taken this article from page 5. Now what this article talks about is that the farmers within the NCR region have been forced to burn their stubble because there has been an absence from help from the state governments. Now from this article, there are 3 aspects that you need to understand. First, what is stubble burning? Second, what is the Happy Seeders machine? And thirdly, what is the National Clean Air Program? Now information with regards to what is stubble burning has been covered in a much earlier DNS video of 12th of October 2018. And therefore through the help of this video, we're again going to revise what is stubble burning and what is the Happy Seeders machine. And after understanding about the first 2 aspects, we're going to understand as to what is the National Clean Air Program. Now the first thing that you need to understand is what is stubble burning. Now stubble burning in simple terms means removing the residue that is left behind by the paddy crop. And this removal of the residue of paddy crops is usually required in areas that use combine harvesting method. Now combines are basically machines separate the grain from the ground. However, the use of this combine machine leads to a problem wherein this machine does not cut close enough to the ground and thereby leaves a small stubble in the field. Now this small stubble that the machine leaves over in the field, the farmer has no use for. And therefore there is pressure on the farmer to sow the next crop. And for the farmer, the quickest and the cheapest solution to remove this stubble from the ground is to clear the field by burning the stubble. So now hopefully you've understood as to what is stubble burning. where in simple terms, it is the act of removing the residue of the paddy crop, wherein this residue of the paddy crop is removed through the use of combines machine, wherein these machines separate the grain from the ground. However, after these machines separate the grain from the ground, it leaves a stubble in the ground, and the farmer has no use for this stubble. And the quickest and the cheapest solution for the farmer to remove this stubble is to burn it. And this burning of stubble in Punjab and Haryana cause a lot of air pollution throughout northern India. Now, the second aspect with regards to stubble burning that you should understand is what are the available solutions so that farmers do not have to rely upon stubble burning. Now, one of the most efficient technology to counter stubble burning is the turbo happy seeder. Now, turbo happy seeder is basically a machine that cuts and uproots the stubble, and this machine can be used with a tractor so as to remove the stubble from the ground. And apart from this, the turbo happy seeder can also be fitted with the super straw management system. And both of these technologies can replace the stubble burning that currently exists in parts of northern India. Now, the main drawback of both of these technology of the turbo happy seeder and the super straw management system is that both of them are at very high cost for the farmer, wherein both of these technologies cost above 1 lakh each. And therefore, what has been suggested as a solution in Punjab and Haryana is to have a shared community access to both of these technologies. However, it is yet to be implemented by the government of Haryana and Punjab in an effective manner within their respective states. Now, another aspect that you should understand is why does stubble burning only affect northern India and not southern India? Now, the main reason that stubble burning mainly affects northern part of India is because farmers in northern India have to sow the wheat crop within 15 to 20 days after harvesting the paddy crop. The farmers in North India cannot wait for the paddy stubble to be removed through natural causes, and therefore the farmers in northern India indulge in the quickest manner of removing stubble, which is burning. And this is the reason as to why stubble burning and the pollution caused through stubble burning affects majorly only northern part of India, wherein farmers in northern part of India have to sow the wheat crop within 15 to 20 days after harvesting the paddy crop. And for this, they have to remove the stubble that is present in the field in a quick manner. And because of this, the farmers in northern India burn the stubble that is lying on the ground since it is the quickest and the cheapest manner to do so. So now hopefully up till here you've understood as to what is stubble burning and what is the happy seeder machine. Now let us understand about the third aspect from this article, which is the National Clean Air Program. Now this National Clean Air Program has been launched by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change with the 2019 as being its first year. Now the National Clean Air Program is a 5-year action plan and has the intention or the objective to cut the volume or the concentration of PM10 and PM2.5 within the atmosphere of various cities. Now the intention is to cut the concentration of PM10 and PM2.5 in various cities by 20 to 30% by the year 2024, and this reduction in 20 to 30% is comparable to the 2017 levels. So let's say if the concentration of PM2.5 is 100 within the city of Bangalore in 2017, then the concentration of PM2.5 should be cut to 70 to 80 by 2024. The second point that you need to know about the National Clean Air Program is that it aims to provide the states and the central government with a framework to combat air pollution. Now, the National Clean Air Program aims for close collaboration between the central government, the state government, and the local government. And apart from this, the National Clean Air Program would also include partnerships with non-government entities such as the academia, policy groups, various international groupings, apart from various other non-government organizations. The third point that you need to know is that the National Clean Air Program would work in collaboration and cooperation with various existing policies and programs of the Government of India and of state governments, whereby the National Clean Air Program is working in collaboration with the National Action Plan on Climate Change, the Smart Cities Mission, and various other initiatives of the center and the state governments. Now, an apex committee of the Ministry of Environment has been formed at the national level, and an apex committee at the state level has been formed at the chief secretary level, whereby both of these apex committee have been formed to oversee the implementation of the National Clean Air Program, whereby the apex committee of the Ministry of Environment would oversee it at the national level, and a chief secretary led apex committee would oversee it in each state. Now, the fifth point that you need to know is that the National Clean Air Program is being implemented on a city scale. Now, 102 cities from 23 states and union territories have been selected for the National Clean Air Program, and these cities have been selected based on the air pollution reports from the World Health Organization, apart from the various air quality data which has been obtained by the Ministry of Environment. Now, these 102 cities includes Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Bangalore, and apart from this, it also includes various Tier 2 cities across 23 states and union territories. Now, the maximum number of cities which have been included in the National Clean Air Program have been from Maharashtra, and the second most cities for the National Clean Air Program is from the state of Uttar Pradesh. However, an important aspect that you need to know is that no cities have been selected from Manipur, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Tripura, Kerala, Goa, and including Haryana. Now, these are the main points that you needed to know about the National Clean Air Program. Now, with regards to your UPSC examination, you should understand the National Clean Air Program from the perspective of GS Paper 3 within the section Environment. And so now with this, let us move on to the next article. Now we have taken this article from page 9. Now what we're going to understand from this article are various short facts with regards to balsams. Now they're mainly found in two biodiversity hotspots, first being the Eastern Himalayas and second being the Western Ghats. Where they're at maximum found within the Eastern Himalayas itself. The second fact that you need to know is that they're highly endemic to the Eastern Himalayas. The third fact that you need to know is that they are highly sensitive to climate change. Whereby what is happening is that balsams are not able to endure any drought or excess rainfall or direct sunlight or major changes to temperature within their environment. The fourth fact that you need to know is that balsams are also used in traditional medicines such as Ayurveda and Unani. Now in some cases, balsams are also considered as being invasive species, whereby in nitrogen-rich environment and also near polluted rivers, balsams can exist as invasive species. Now the sixth and the last fact that you need to know is that they're both perennial and annual herbs. And apart from this, what you should also understand that apart from being found within the Eastern Himalayas and Western Ghats mainly within India, they are found throughout the world in the tropic regions, whether in Asia, Africa, North America and Europe. And it is within India that they are mainly found in two biodiversity hotspots, first being the Eastern Himalayas and second being the Western Ghats. And within both of them, it is the Eastern Himalayas that majority of them are found. Hopefully with this, you have understood the basic facts about balsams, and therefore let us move on to the next article. Now we have taken this article from page 4 of the Hindu magazine. Now the main topic that you need to understand from this article is the island dispute between China and Japan, or what is called the Senkaku or the Diaoyu Island dispute between China and Japan. Now the Senkaku Island dispute has been covered comprehensively by Meg Ma'am within the Daily News Simplified video of 5th of February. Now what I'll do is provide you the link to this video in the description section given below, and thereby you can refer to this video to further understand about the Senkaku Island dispute. And so now with this, let us move on to the next section. Now there are 3 more questions for your practice, and as you already understand, pause this video, solve all of these questions and wait for 5 seconds for the correct answer. Now the correct answer to question number 4 is B, 2 only. Now with regards to statement number 1, the National Clean Air Program is being implemented at the city level, and the functioning of the National Clean Air Program is being undertaken both by the central and the state governments and the local bodies. While with regards to statement number 3, you already understand that Tier 1 cities are under the purview of the National Clean Air Program, whereby it includes Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and other major Tier 1 cities. Now with regards to question number 5, the correct answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. Whereby with regards to statement number 1, they're actually very sensitive to climate change. Whereby with regards to statement number 2, they're found throughout the northern hemisphere in North America, Eurasia, Africa and also in Asia. And similarly within India, they're mainly found within the Western Ghats and the Eastern Himalayas, whereby the majority of them show endemism with regards to the Eastern Himalayas. Now with regards to question number 6, the correct answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. Now the Foreigners Tribunal has currently only been formed in the state of Assam. And with regards to statement number 2, the Foreigners Tribunal are constituted by the central government. And therefore both statement number 1 and 2 are wrong, and the correct answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. And now with this we come to an end in the analysis of today's newspaper. Now we move on to the question for today.